What is going on, guys? So right now I want to talk to you about another thing that comes up often when I'm talking to people when it comes to exercising, whether it be, some talking about someone that might join the program, just talking to my friends, family, whoever it might be. And it always comes up most of the time when I ask people, hey, why aren't you currently exercising, right? The money, which we've talked about in one of the videos, you may have watched it or you'll watch it, maybe after this one. And then the time is always comes up. So I don't have enough time, right? And I just want to jump into it. That right there is nonsense, guys. Okay, we all have time and make time for the things that we value, right? We make time for the things that are priorities in our lives, right? So I'm not going to just sit here and beat you up and say, hey, you have the time, go suck it up, go do something about it. I want to break it down for you and help you actually, get honest, get to the truth here and create a pathway to make time. Because if we don't make time for it now, I can't tell you how many times I've met with somebody, right? Sat down with them, talked to them. Hey, why now? Why did you decide to start exercising and focus on your nutrition? Well, I have this illness or that illness, or I'm high risk for this, and my doctor said if I don't start doing this, there's a good chance that I might die. All of a sudden, those people always have time. Like, they didn't have time before, and then all of a sudden we get that gut check and we have time. And guys, the truth is, like, don't wait till it gets that far, man, because it happens every single day. I've been doing this long enough that I know, because I've seen it over and over and over. People didn't have time one day, they get a not so good prognosis and diagnosis, and all of a sudden they have all the time in the world for it, right? Because their priorities changed. What they value all of a sudden comes into play. So let's talk about it, guys, okay? So the first thing that we have to do when it comes to creating time, making time to exercise, is we have to get honest. And that's what we were just talking about, right? You either have time, right, or you can make time. It is one of the most important things that you can do in your life is to take care of your health. And I've talked about this in different videos. You may or may not have seen them yet. Like, you cannot fulfill your dreams. You cannot accomplish your goals. You cannot show up the way that we need to for our families, for our coworkers, wherever it may be, for our community, without our health, okay? It is very important, right? So in terms of priorities, it should be somewhere right around the top, guys, okay? And the things that are right around the top, we make time for, right? So let's get honest. Let's say, hey, you know what? I actually do have time right now. I wouldn't even have to adjust that many things in my schedule, and I could work this in, right? Because the next thing is what stays, right? What stays, and then the third one, what goes, right? So what I want to encourage people to do is to sit down and write out your day, right? Hey, I get up at this time, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this. And that kind of structure, building that kind of structure, is going to help you be successful with a lot of different things. But in terms of just right now creating time to work out, let's lay it all out, right? I get up at 6 a.m., I have breakfast, then I do this, and then I do that. I go to work from this time to this time. I get home, I do this. And be detailed as possible, guys, okay? Include in there how many minutes you spend scrolling social media, watching TV, sitting on the couch, doing things that you really don't need to be doing, that aren't providing any kind of value for your life. Include all of it, guys. Because typically, when I talk to someone about time, just the amount of time that someone spends sitting in front of their phone on their screen will track the screen time. We can get rid of that, and we can actually keep some of it in there, and we can get 45 minutes a day to go work out, guys. We're not talking about 2 hours in the gym. I'm talking about 45 minutes to 60 minutes. Right? In the beginning, you're probably an hour a day, 4 to 5 times a week. Once you get into a rhythm and you got this thing down, you can be in and out in 45 minutes, okay? At 4 days a week, that's 90 minutes, right? 45, no. So 160 minutes. So like, or dang, 45, 90, gosh, 180 minutes. So 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week is all we got to create. So what we're gonna go, hey, what has to stay? Like, you gotta work, right? And if you don't, kudos to you, man. Show me the way, right? What stays? I gotta work. I need to have time, quality time with my family, right? I gotta sleep, right? If you were be working with me in our coaching program, we got to carve out time, right? To be quiet, to be still, do a little bit of work on ourselves, right? The drive to and from work. And look, during the week, guys, whatever commitments that you have, maybe service commitments, maybe you coach your kids' baseball team or football team, right? Those kind of things stay, right? Those are the things that we're not going to get rid of, right? Then we start to map out what can go. Hey, I could shave off the hour and a half every night. I sit around, watch the news, and watch TV shows that aren't doing anything for me. And hey, if I'm just spending 45 minutes in the gym, I can even keep 45 minutes of the TV. But we start to shave the time. Hey, how many minutes? What I've been tracking my screen time, right? I'm an hour and a half a day on a freaking screen. I could shave off 45 minutes there, right? I sit on the couch and just do nothing for an hour a day because I'm tired. The reason why you're tired is because you're not exercising and you're not eating a well-balanced diet, or you wouldn't feel that way, right? Where can we start to shave off time, okay? So then we start to shave off this time, okay? We adjust our schedule. We find a time a day, boom, where we could work out, and we put it in there, okay? And here's the other thing, guys. Let's say, hey, your day right now is packed full of things that you can't let go of, okay? That you can't let go of. This is what you can do. This is how simple it is to create an hour in your day. You go to bed 30 minutes earlier, and you wake up 30 minutes earlier, or an hour earlier, and get up an hour earlier in the morning. Sorry, I said 30 minutes, right? And you get up earlier in the morning, and you get it in first thing. You can go to bed earlier. Most people can go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, boom, use that first hour to work out, and there we go, okay? So if your schedule is full, chances are, guys, I'm yet to really meet anyone who's slam full of very productive stuff in their day. There's a lot of freaking extra fluff that's in there that we can get rid of. But heaven forbid your schedule is full. Let's cut out, let's go to sleep an hour earlier and get up, okay? So then what we do, and I got into this, we adjust our schedule. Boom, we get the workout routine in there, okay? That's number 4. Then number 5, we execute, right? We start to implement what we're doing, okay? And we get a feel for it. We get into a rhythm, we see, how this is going, what's working, what's not. If it's working perfect, boom, stay the course, right? And number 6 is if we need to make a few adjustments, we adjust real quick, okay? Tweak some things around. Hey, maybe I was trying to work out in the morning. I really need to switch it tonight, whatever it is. We make the adjustments and then we execute again, guys, and we keep it going, man. That it's really that simple. It's not complicated at all. But the most important thing we have to do is we have to first get honest with it. Like, you have the time, and if you don't right now, you can make the time. It's just whether you want to or not. Right? Because I have time for everything that I value in life and that I find to be a priority, right? And again, you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours in the gym. There was at one point when I first started training, I was 29 and I was single and didn't have a whole lot going on outside of work, that I would be in the gym a couple hours a day because I really just like being there. Now it's 45 to 60 minutes, in, out, business, right? It serves a purpose. One that's really important, but I'm not in there hanging out, man. I'm going in there with intent, and you'll go in there with intent too. You get out, and then you will find, once you get going and you get into a rhythm like this, you start to look better, you start to feel better, your relationships are better, your attitude is better, your wallet might get bigger. All of a sudden, then you will find yourself saying, hey, maybe I want to make more time for this. Maybe I want to add in a hobby, something that I really like to enjoy now. And you will find all of a sudden you will be shaving more off of your day to put more of this in, right? But it's a process that you have to go through. In the beginning, we just got to create a pathway for you to be able to start, right? And then we start to optimize, adjust. And before long, man, it's like, hey, in terms of priorities, this is right there at the top, man. For me, it's my spirit, my relationship with God, myself, my wife, my health, man. Like, boom, 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 boom. Like, it's even work, guys. Most of us, a lot of us guys, we feel like that our priority, and it is to take care of our family, and we need to, but we're working 50, 60, 70, some guys 80 hours a week, running ourselves into the ground, and then we are of no use to our family. We're not healthy, man. And that's somewhere else, guys. Hey, You know, I'm working 70 hours a week. You know, I'm going to cut back five hours and take 5 hours and go exercise. You know, I'll be way more effective in those 65 hours. And then hopefully, because I'm way more effective, I'll start to be more productive there. People will notice, and maybe I'll get a raise, maybe I'll get a promotion. I can work even less hours, guys. Like I could sit here and talk to you about it all day long, but the truth of it is everybody has time, right? It's whether you're willing to make it or not, okay? And you have to get honest with yourself and about that question. But and whether you're going to make the time and you're not going to make the time, at least just be honest about it. Because if you just be honest about it, even if you say, hey, no, I could make the time and I'm not going to, you're farther along than the person that's like, there's no way I can make time for it. They're in denial, and at least you can be honest with yourself, guys. The guy that can be honest with himself, and this is something I was taught when I first got clean, right? The guy that can be honest with himself can be helped. The guy that does not have the ability to be honest with himself right now, I can't help him. Nobody can help him, right? So I'm going to wrap this up right now, but I want to always go through this with guys. Like if you're not making the time for it right now, which if you're watching this, chances you aren't, you can make the time. It's really whether you choose to do the work and make the time or not. Now, if you're like, hey, I'm committed, I want to make the time, right? I'm going to do this. I need some help, right? Someone to help me, show me the way, get some momentum, get me going. And you can reach out to us, set up a time. I'd love to get on the phone with you and just talk to you about it. Man, we can have a 15-minute call, and I'll go through your schedule with you right now. Okay, we'll talk about everything that you have going on, what kind of goals you are, and I'll give you advice and suggestions absolutely free, right? Don't even have to bring anything to the call. I'll help you put time in. Just reach out to me, and I'll talk to you soon.